Thanks, Jeff. I'm just south of Eddy Street Commons at the new Brennan's View condo complex. I'm joined today by my guest, Steve Smith with Irish Realty. Steve, thanks for being with me.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hey, tell me a little bit about Irish Realty and that whole family of companies that is really involved in new construction in and around South Bend.
Yeah, we were founded by my father-in-law, Steve Corman, back in 1992. We've been very committed to new construction and development in the South Bend area. We do a lot around the University of Notre Dame. We have a strong presence on the northwest side of town as well. We're developers of both multifamily and single-family homes. And Irish Custom Homes is our home building entity, and then Irish Realty markets a lot of the new construction products that you've seen. And of course, we do the sale of existing homes as well.
So you plan them, you build them, you sell them, and you take care of them in some instances.
The goal was to be a one-stop shop for everyone's residential real estate needs.
Nothing wrong with that. Now, before we went on camera, I said to you colloquially, but it's true, if I would have told you 10 or 15 years ago that there'd be almost $1 billion of new construction in South Bend City proper, you would have laughed at me.
Oh my gosh.
But yet, in the past 15 years, we've noticed this area, commonly referred to as Eddy Street Commons, but goes so far as the East Race and that area of downtown South Bend has really seen a massive boom. And where we stand today, Brennan's View is part of that boom.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about this project?
Yeah, absolutely. Brennan's View is a new construction condominium development. We have 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. There's 35 units in the complex, of which 25 are already sold, even though we just had our first move-ins in September. So it's been a very popular product, and it's a mix of people who want to be close to work, whether it's at the University of Notre Dame or downtown, young professionals are snapping these up to be close and want to be able to take advantage of walking distance. We got Trader Joe's across the street. We have an awesome rooftop deck here, a workout facility. And so really it's a chance to have maintenance-free living right in the heart of it all, because this is where the East Bank neighborhood and the Notre Dame neighborhood kind of converge right here at Brennan's View.
Really a key area as far as that walking score that we talk about, right? You can walk north to campus, you can walk south to downtown South Bend, you can walk directly west and you're going to hit the Riverwalk and some of those trails and amenities, so I get it. And it's been successful.
It's been very successful.
And tell me, is this the totality of the project, or are there more plans on this site?
Nope, this is it for this project. So we just have 10 units left available, and we expect to be sold out by the early part of 2023.
So if someone wants to learn more, now's the time.
Now is the time.
Now, Irish Realty and some of your other developments span beyond just this. And yes, this is a popular development area, but there are other exciting things that you're doing. One of which is kind of near and dear to my heart. You are developing a project out in Granger called The Hills, which has a unique perspective in that it's got municipal utilities available in a residential site in Granger, which, as many of our viewers know, is an anomaly.
Yes, unheard of. In fact, when we went to get the water and sewer permits downstate, they had to blow the dust off the books. It had been decades since somebody had done something like this, and Granger was sorely in need of municipal utilities. We were able to work with the Regional Water Sewer District, but then establish a private water utility to bring water and sewer to Granger, and it's been wildly successful.
In part because of that infrastructure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And then you also have some plans on the west side of South Bend. You talked about Corman Realty and Irish Realty have long been staples of both custom home construction out on the west side, northwest side, out towards New Carlisle. You told me before we went on air. But what's going on downtown or on the west side of South Bend? That is kind of, in my view, the next step here.
Yeah, well, we hear about this new battery plant that's going to be coming out here. It's pretty exciting, going to bring a lot of jobs. And so that corridor from Lincoln Way, from downtown out to the airport, Mark Tarner's building his dinosaur museum out there. It's kind of exciting. We're talking about some improvements with the train. But we think there's a great opportunity there on that west side to begin doing some infill development. The city's made some great strides. They've made some pre-approved plans that make it easy for people to build on these smaller infill lots. They're offering up to a $20,000 credit for water and sewer connections. Mayor Mueller and the economic development team, Caleb Bauer, Tim Corcoran, they've been very, very instrumental in overcoming barriers that have prevented some of that infill redevelopment. We've actually taken a large position, purchased about 200 lots over on the west side of town, specifically in Kennedy Park. and we're just in the early phases of talking with the neighborhood associations and whatnot, and making some plans to do something special.
Well, how exciting is that? The last time we were out on the west side, we actually did an episode on tiny houses.
Yeah.
This is actually going to be more traditional homes,
Yes.
A full neighborhood, helping continue the growth that we've seen here, the success. Now, as people look at these, and I think a fairly common question is, who's buying?
Yes.
You said something earlier about younger professionals, people looking maybe for that, I don't want to say quasi-urban feel, but that more urban environment. Is that something that you foresee continuing the growth in and around South Bend?
Absolutely. It's interesting. We're seeing it from all demographics. The two largest demographics in the home buying market are kind of empty nesters, boomers, downsizing, and or young professionals entering the market for the first time, whether it was the Great Recession or COVID. Some of those millennials were slower to become homeowners. And now we see both of those demographics, young and old, wanting to be in a place where they can be close to restaurants, close to amenities and recreation, close to employment, and less dependence on cars.
Well, Steve, thank you. Thank you for showing us around this amazing facility. Good luck on the next project, and thank you for your commitment to South Bend and the Michiana region. Jeff, back to you in the studio. We're going to talk more about the places we live and the things that are being constructed to really redefine how we live in and around Michiana.